Okay. So I have a videographer today. Mark's behind the camera. We're both mic'd. These are something new that he bought that is for our other channel, which if you haven't been over there, it's called Out of Office Camping. We just share pretty much our experiences with camping, and then we also share our experiences with different modifications that we're doing to our camper and the build out on Mark's truck and things like that. And we try to share our tips, tricks, and hacks. So when we find something that works really cool, we tell people. So if you haven't gone over there, think about it. But right now I'm just walking out to our latest purchase that I'm like super excited about. We bought a Coleman Saluspa, and oh my word, the best couple $100 I ever spent. If you are considering it, totally do it. It is totally worth it. But anyway, I'm just dropping off a filter so that I can change the filter later. This is my other little project, which some of you have seen a teaser on it. I'm going to be refinishing this. Hopefully my back holds up today. I'm going to try to clean the inside a little better and get it prepped for re-enameling. And I plan on videotaping that so you guys can see it. So anyway, this is going to be my soaking tub. So this will be for hot therapy and this will be for cold therapy. So this was the compromise to getting another pool. I just didn't want to go that route again because 2 years in a row, the pool I got, my cats popped it. So I gave up. But anyway, so we're gonna head down to the barn. What we're going to do is stop there and get some treats. And then, because I always like to have treats in my pocket, or in this case, Mark's pocket, since I'm wearing yoga pants, I don't have pockets. And we're going to, by the way, the walkway looks really nice, what you did here. This looks amazing. Everything we look like fancy, which I like, I love that.
We did a little weed whacking yesterday because our walkway was starting to look like our yard.
It was looking like that.
Yeah, looked like the grass.
Oh, and you weed whacked around the, you want to show everybody the fire pit, our huge fire pit, gigantic fire pit. We could probably turn that into a swimming pool at some point.
Burning pallets.
Yeah. So you're getting a little tour too. The craft barn, which it's almost finished. I'd say it's 2/3 of the way there. We finally got all the materials in, which was what a hold up for us. So we got all the materials and now we just have to wait for the crew to clear a time in their schedule to come and complete it. We don't need to go in there. Oh, yes, we do. I have to get Lily's medicine. Oh, we're going to do a new tack room door, too. That's going to be really cool. And we'll be videotaping that. Mark and I are going to do that together, which will be fun. So, you can, it's kind of uppy in here, but you can come in, I guess. They've seen it. You want to hold the door? And then I'm just grabbing, for people that are new to the channel. One of the horses that we have here is my friend Trisha's horse, Lily, and she has just, we think it's a little bit of arthritis in her one front fetlock joint, and so we give her half of an Equiox every day. That's what our vet recommended. I'm going to go down the steps instead of the ramp, and normally I go down the ramp. So we're just going to walk up today and the horses, it's a Sunday, and this is their day off. So typically, I try not to have a lot of human interaction with them on their day off. I do, check on them, which I highly recommend people do. Even if their horses are out to pasture, you should at least once a day go and check on them because you could find something that if you had missed it, it could become a bigger problem. So I always think that's a good idea. So that's what we're on our way to do. But on the way, maybe we'll point out some fun things that maybe you didn't see before, like our garden, our little garden. And I don't know if you want to like show some of it, but we only have, let's see, we're doing cucumbers, peppers, and tomatoes. And we only have 9 bins, which they're basically old muck tubs. And we, fill them with good dirt and we plant our plants. And I don't know if you can see that from where you are, Mark, but everything looks super happy. So I don't know, fingers crossed. We're getting a lot of lettuce. A lot of lettuce is happening. It doesn't look like the horses came down here at all, which means they're happy where they are. See, I always look for deer through here because they like to lay in that tunnel, which is really smart because it's like air conditioned in there because of the coolness of the stream. I opened this little side field up. The horses were in there last night, but they were only in there for about 15 minutes, and then they figured out that I had opened the gate to the top field and they took off running. I actually have that on video. Maybe I'll insert that here. All right, so I guess we'll just bring you guys along for the whole walk. Hopefully that's okay. If not, you can always tap, 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 get yourself advanced 10 seconds. Every time you double tap, you advance at 10 seconds. But we're gonna walk up here, and maybe I'll time lapse that too. But we're gonna duck into the sensory trail, which is where I do a lot of the work with my kids with autism. I found that the kids that I work with prefer a more natural environment. So arena work isn't always the best for them. This is more stimulating in a natural way. So we come in this gate and we have all kinds of things to look at besides nature, but mostly it's the nature. But I decorate it with pinwheels and seasonal decorations that sometimes end up staying longer. For example, Valentine's Day hearts. But I love hearts, so it's okay. But it's really beautiful. I don't know if Mark, if you want to show like a point of view, kind of how you're walking to see, and then, or, you know, be cool if we saw a doe with some of her fawns right now. We have a lot of babies on the farm right now. I know for a fact we have 2 sets of twins, which is really cool. And this is deer, not horses. Although that would be really cool. I would love to have a foal. Well, not personally. I wouldn't want to have a foal myself, but I would like to own a foal. I think that would be cool. But I don't know if that's in the cards. So I feel funny like walking with my little, it's like a pipe. Smoking my pipe.
Now, have you shown folks what you have here?
No, I don't know. They probably have seen it. This is our, we call it the mood swing. So we have some of the children that I work with, we use this as a reward. So this is something that if they're having a rough day, we can sometimes use this to encourage them to go outside of where they're having a bad time. So we may say, well, let's ride your horse up to the mood swing and then you can swing for a little bit. So we have a mounting block by the gate where they can dismount and remount, and then they can come here and swing as long as they need to. This swing is amazing. It's just, there's a company called, I believe it's called Swing Monkey. And they sell these, and they're wonderful. They're very lightweight. They have styrofoam cushion around the edges so that it couldn't hurt a child. They're not solid. It's kind of like a webbing, but it allows water to pass through, but it's not where a child could fall through it. So that's really nice. I have different attachments on the swing. Actually, Mark and our lovely neighbor, Mr. Bill, built this for me. So I have a tire swing attachment in the middle, so I can move these with these carabiners over. And this attachment, if I remove this swing, which is very easy to do, they can do almost like a big tire swing, kind of, if you imagine when you were a kid or if you are a kid. And it really does change the way the child feels. So it's been a wonderful addition. When people see it for the first time, I've had people take pictures of it because they want to duplicate it in their own yard. And that's pretty cool too. And I'm always like, yes, please take pictures, you know, because, you know, I think it would have been fine with just the verticals, but we have some of my clients are like an adult, and I wanted them to be able to use it as well because it's not an age thing. It's where you are that day. I mean, I've gotten on it and it makes me feel better. So we did add extra supports, but yeah, the swing has been a game changer for a lot of my visitors. So, but yeah, thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, I have a couple of my riders that really love wind chimes. And so sometimes we count the wind chimes. So we talk about counting them because I have them hidden sometimes in places. And then they also just like to hit them, like tap them. And it, you know, makes them feel good, I guess. Of course they have to be, look how far they are. Well, I did say I wanted to do some walking today, didn't I?
Yeah, definitely do some walking.
All right, building up to it. I can do this. We can do this. Actually helps my back, so hopefully. Was that a bird? Bird just flew out of that bush. That was weird. Oh, there was a ladybug on there. I get distracted easily, don't I? All right. All right. So the horses are, they try to get in the shady spots. So this time of day, for those that don't know, it's about midday. The grass is at its lowest sugar level in the early morning till about midday. And then it starts to increase, because what happens is through photosynthesis, the sun shines on the grass absorbs that, it makes sugar, and that's how it feeds itself. And then it overnight pushes that sugar into the roots, and that's how it feeds itself. So if you have horses that you have to worry about that, you don't want them on grass probably about 1 or 2 o'clock until way after dark. So our horses don't have a problem with that, so they're okay. But it's very interesting to see how they don't eat as much in the early part of the day, because I bet the grass just doesn't taste that good. So yeah, so that's why they're kind of up there. Plus they're up there in the shade, gets them out of the bugs and stuff. And they they're all looking. So we're just gonna walk up and like I said, we're gonna do a quick check on them. Pretty much all I do is I check, obviously, legs. We look at their legs, and we check that there are no injuries, that everybody looks good. Because they're all wearing fly masks, we actually will take their fly masks off and look under, check their eyes to make sure that there's no injury to the eye. There's nothing in the mask that could be causing them a problem. Because if you can imagine, if I didn't come up here all day and one of the horses had something in there, it would be in there all day. So we don't want that. Oh, maybe you talk a little bit. I always say this, my cardio is terrible.
Do you want to tell me some of the funny things your clients have been saying that you've been telling me?
Oh, I don't even remember all of them. The last one that I can remember was, I have a new person that started, and he's adorable. I think he's 7, he just turned 7. And we came out and he said, "This is some humongous poop." The horse manure. So he was a little nervous about walking in the field because he didn't like the idea of horse manure. But I said, but just think how great it is that because it's so humongous, you can see it, so you can avoid it. And he said, that's a good idea. So I got a checkpoint on that day. I do need to start writing them down because they say the cutest things.
T-shirts.
Oh yeah, t-shirt, bumper stickers, I don't know. So cute. Hi. You guys are eating in this one little spot. So they don't eat the buttercup because, well, one, in high doses, buttercup can be toxic, but they'd have to eat an awful lot of it. But the biggest thing is it tastes bad. So they don't eat it. It's sour or bitter. Now they all think they're getting something, but only Lily gets this. So what I do is I just take a little bit of the pelleted feed that we feed them. I stick her pill on top and she just eats it. Now sometimes Buddy gets some because, well, everybody knows Buddy's my favorite. Yeah. All right, so what we'll do is we're just gonna go through and do the check. So I always check ears. I can just go, these 3 are right here. Hi. And then these 3 are here, so we'll check these 3. We just take the fly mask and I just lift it up. That way, if anything's trapped, we can see it. We can look at the eyes. The eyes look good. Make sure nothing's on them. And then we just cover them back up. And we just go around.
And how tight should the fly mask be for those who don't
So you want to be able to pass your hand. I'll show you with this one. You want to be able to pass your hand around the fly mask. So for example, we hook it. You want to be able to do this. So it's comfortable. Flies rarely go up inside. People think they will. You don't want it to be too tight. She thinks I'm gonna put some, she has a little scrape there and I've been putting stuff on it. She's all leery. You don't want it to be so tight that it becomes uncomfortable, because when they put their head down, it can actually get tighter. Hi. Oh, look at that pretty face. What a pretty girl. Yeah. Good girl. All right, so since I'm with these three.
And then also those who don't know the leg wraps, which I'm sure Teresa's talked about before.
These are called fly boots. So these actually keep flies from biting their legs. They're wonderful. They're mesh, so they breathe. I always like to lift them and give them a shake in case anything's gotten up inside there. Like, see, that one had a leaf in there. And that keeps the flies from biting. We only do the front legs around this time of year, but in another probably 2-3 weeks, we'll also be adding a set to the back legs. Their tails do a pretty good job. Can I get in here? You guys gonna let me in here? Oh, you got all kinds of little buttercup stuff up in there. Yeah, here's a good boy. Yeah. Buddy burps. Hi, Nene. Let me check hers. Very nice. What a nice girl. All right, let's see. Checking back legs. What is that? That looks like poop. Oh, wait. I see a little injury. So, I don't know if you want to get in there. It looks like she either got into a kick fight with somebody, which is possible, or she, that's probably what it was, or she got hung up in something, like if there's a tree branch falls or something like that. Luckily, this looks very superficial, which means that we don't have to do a whole lot of intervention. I will probably later scrub that and apply some kind of either I have an antiseptic spray or an ointment, but right now it has actually clotted and scabbed. That's the best Band-Aid you can put. And it's not in an area where she's gonna pull it off. There's no swelling, she's walking fine. So that wouldn't be an injury I would really worry about. But it's an injury that it's good that I saw it and I know that it's there and I need to take care of it. So this is why you check on your horses. I say it all the time. Check on your horses, people. Hi, Miss Velvet. So we gotta check your ears. And when I say check ears, I'm just making sure that no bugs have like bitten inside their ears. Can I have your head, please? Can you stop eating for like 10 seconds? I know, it's so hard. Let me see. That's good. Your eyes look great. Yes. Buddy just wants his belly scratched. That was not me. Just saying. I don't even know if the mic picked that up, but I'm sure it did. Buddy, that's not polite. You're not gonna make friends that way. Nobody wants to be around that. Okay, those are nice. I'm really liking these new fly boots. All right. She looks good. Checked her eyes, checked her ears. No boo-boos on her. The other thing too is if you have one horse that has an injury similar to what we saw on Faith, you want to check everybody, because if it was an injury because there was a scuffle, there's usually going to be 2 horses that are impacted. So, but I don't see any other like injuries on anyone else. So either, I really don't think it was a bad, like a fight.
Buddy's doing the sidewalk so he can get his belly scratched. That's what he's doing.
He's also got those bugs are getting up under their bellies. All right, you get a belly scratch. Good Lord. Scratching the belly, scratching the belly. We are scratching Buddy's belly. Don't fall over on me, sir. Good? Is that good? More? Yeah. I figured you'd want more. I still have to check Chi-Chi though. Can I check Chi-Chi? This is when a 5-minute thing ends up taking 10, because he really has an itchy belly. If you eat, I'm gonna be mad. Don't you eat. I'm trying to scratch your belly and you go down there and eat. I'm gonna be mad. All right. Okay, that's enough. And we have this girl. Hi. Let's check your ears. Your ears are good, yes. And eyes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Right. Say head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. All right, so then we do a little pull on her fly boots. See all the little flowers that are falling out? Oh, that's funny. All right, let me see your abscess. Just tip up. You don't have to go all the way. Good. That's looking good. Chi-Chi had a small abscess on the inside. I think they call it the medial. I could be wrong. Heel bulb, which is their heels. Little tiny abscess popped out there, and I've been treating it, and she's doing great. It's healing really nicely, and she's happy. And yeah, you're the only one I have to take care of today. What? I know. Hi. We didn't get treats, did we? Actually, it's probably best that we didn't, because they would just attack us. Oh, buddy, you're such a nuisance. But he's my favorite. So, all right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at her foot one more time just to make sure I'm comfortable with that it's not worse than what I think it is. It really just looks like it's an abrasion, little tiny boo-boo, nothing to be worried about, but I just like to make sure that I'm guessing correctly. And that's it. So if you learn anything from this little short video, is that check on your horses daily, or at least have someone check on them daily if you board somewhere or something like that. You always want to check your horses. You want to make sure that legs look good, no swellings. You want to check eyes. I check ears. No crazy discharge from the nostrils, anything crazy like that. But the biggest thing is anything you catch early is something that you can take care of. If you let it go too long, it can become a bigger problem. So the biggest thing is early detection, early prevention, things like that. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me in the herd, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye, guys. Cleanse the areas of any dirt or debris, little bits there, little bits.